This is what we're going to be building in the next video. Maybe it might take 2 videos. I'm calling this electrical device 3 to go in that series. We've done electrical device 1 and 2, so this is going to be 3. There's going to be a lot of booleans in this, and not everybody likes that, but hopefully we're going to get a nice result like this, all right, to practice our modeling. So that's what we're going to do, and let's get started here. So I am looking in front orthographic view. My screencast keys are on, and I want to create this circle part right here. Okay, I'm going to bring in a circle, and I'm going to go for 24 vertices. I'm going to rotate X 90 and drag that up as if we're going to mirror it across these axes here. All right, so looking at that, let's start by getting rid of those vertices there. And I'm going to get rid of another one and another one. And we could start with that. So just have a piece of the circle here. I'm going to take this one and I'm going to extrude down a little ways, not too much, and then come up about sort of halfway of the distance left of this circle, so this part here. And I'm going to select this one and I'm going to extrude out this way, and I'm going to come up again about halfway or so. All right, so now looks like a little bit like an octopus. I want to round out these ones here. Start with that. Shift Control B, hold Shift and pull, and let's see if I put 3 in there and do something like that. All right, let's try the next step. Select that vertex, E to extrude, pull it down a little bit. Doesn't really matter how much. E to extrude, pull that. These are obviously too sharp, so we're going to select those. And I'm going to bevel that, but I may run into this one. So I'm going to Shift Control B, hold Shift and pull. I may not run into it. If I did, I could use clamping, but I don't think I'm going to need to. Just a gentle curve like that so it's not too abrupt. So that could be our corner piece. Let's try and see what it looks like if we mirror that in the X and in the Z. And if we imagine those are joined. Well, we're going to continue anyhow. I'm going to turn on clipping. Take this and, let's see, I just pulled it out, right? Should I just pull it? Yeah, I can just pull it. Pull it right to the middle and it'll join. Take this one and pull it down like that. And we can start to get a sense of our general thing. Now let's go back here. I don't want it quite as long, so I'm going to adjust that. Okay, and so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull it down this way and just get a pleasing shape for yourself. Okay, I'm fine with that. All right, I'm going to, let's apply the mirror. And let's come in here and let's get rid of those vertices. Select it all, F to make a face. And let's extrude it out a little ways to give it some thickness. And just have a look at that. Okay, so it's a little trial and error what we get when we do this, but I think that's probably going to look okay. We're really not going to need the back, so I'm going to just select that face and delete it. And then I'm going to come in here, 2 for edge selection, Shift Alt and click, and I should get the whole thing going around. And we're going to chamfer this, essentially beveling it with 2 segments. Control B, pull, and I'm going to roll back so I have 2 segments. The only thing we want to watch out for is any overlap here. Now these are close, these points, so just pull, make sure they don't like cross, or you can use clamping, and I want 2. So something like that. Okay, there's a small chamfer there. And then I'm going to come in here, I'm going to add some edges manually. I'm going to Control R and drag an edge loop very close to this one. And close again. I may even GG and slide it a little closer. I'm going to drag an edge loop down here. Let's try shade smooth, and it looks like that. So let's come over here, put on weighted normal and normal's auto smooth. And just get a sense for that. Okay, so that's a good start, I think. Okay, I'm going to put some holes now in this. So Shift A, mesh cylinder. I'll leave it at 32 vertices. It's not going to be low poly. I want it to be nice and smooth. So rotate that and bring it up, and press period key if you like. Scale it up to the size that you like, and just position it so that it looks like it is relatively equal on all sides. Okay, I'm going to pull that into position like that. And I think what I'll do is well, mirror this as well in the X and the Y, or X and the Z, sorry, so that we can punch holes in all of it. Okay, good. Okay, with that done, I'm going to select these in Shade Smooth and select the main body, and I'm going to choose Boolean. Now I'm using a different version of Blender. I'm using an older one, so your modifiers are in slightly different positions, but I'm sure you can find Boolean. I'm going to drag that up and select there, and then apply. I'll take these and just hide them because we'll use them again. And we're going to come in here and let's select these inner circles here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over to individual origins and then just press S to scale, and they'll all scale independently. And I think I can come out of that. And now I may actually get rid of these. Let's do that so we have one last thing to worry about. Let's just try to take this and Alt-N recalculate outside in a quick merge by distance. All right, well, we'll fix that as we do our beveling now. Now, I applied the mirror. I wanted it on early. That means we have to do some of this again and again. We're going to select the outer circle, but deselect anything else. So we're going to come along to all of these and we're going to chamfer. So Shift Alt and click there, and then click that to get rid of it. Let's do that again down here. Shift Alt and click, and then hold Shift and get rid of that. I may not have got all of that. Oops, not there. And make sure nothing else is selected but the circle on the outside. Shift Alt and click, Shift Alt and click, and there. Okay, I think we've got everything and nothing that we don't need. So now we're going to Control B, hold Shift, pull, and we want just two, like that. Get rid of that. And now I'm going to come in here and I'm going to drag an edge loop up tight. Another one in there, and another one out here. Just like that. So I did it for that one, and now I got to go and do all of them. Okay, so this is what we have so far. And now I'm going to Alt-H and bring those back. So those are mirrored, so we can work on one and it'll do the same thing for everything. So let's pull that out. 3 for face selection, select that face and pull it up, and then X faces. Now take this one, E to extrude and pull it out a little ways, and then S to scale and pull it in so it looks a little bit like a bullet. I to inset, hold Shift and just pull in and give yourselves some kind of a wall there, or a lip or whatever. E to extrude, pull that in, S to scale, and now we're going to add edge loops again. So Control R and drag close to here, here, there, and there, here and here. And probably a good idea to put one down there as well. Okay, let's take that and pull it in, just so it's sticking out past the rim there. And, you know, you can position it wherever you like, but I'm going to do that. And I may want to scale it a little bit smaller, so I'm going to switch back to individual origins and just S to scale, just so I can see a little bit more of that slope there. And that's probably okay. Just go back to median point. Okay, so this is what we have, the back part. Let's have a look at that. All right, this thing here, that's what we have right there. So maybe, yeah, they're all right. All right, well, they're all right. We can do the touch up later. All right, the next part is this middle part here, and it's, as we can see, it goes up high and down. So let's see if we can get that. So we're going to start that with a plane. Rotate X 90. Pull that out. Scale that. And let's see how well we can do on this. Scale in the Z. I think this one is going to be a little trickier to get that exact shape. So I may be going with that. But we may be able to do something. So I'm going to select those vertices. And I'm going to press Shift Control B. Pull. And we want just 2. And I'm going to split them like this. So it's almost like they're opposite those things. Okay, so we got that. And now maybe I can scale it up a little bit bigger. And let's come back over here and have a look. It's kind of how it is. Kind of. Okay, good enough. So now we'll take this. We're going to extrude out a ways to make the bottom section. There's 2 sections. There's the bottom and then there's the top. Okay. And then I'm going to extrude out again. And I'm going to scale like this. And I may scale in the X to make it equal and scale it out again. And scale in the Y. Just massage it the way you like. Let's press 3 to face selection and select that face and delete it. And pull this guy back on, something like that. Okay, now I may want to make all of this a little smaller. Just do something like that. Let's have a look over here. Okay, good. Okay, with that done, we're going to, I think I'm going to try just chamfering these edges a little bit. Shift Alt and click there and there. Control B, and I'm going to use just the 2. And I'm going to do that on each of these. So I'm holding Shift and Alt, and I'm doing all of these edges here. All right, come up, Control B, and just do that. Just accentuates them a little bit more. I just want to have a look. Okay, good. So we've done this part here, and now we're going to create the screens in there. It's just, I may want to just flatten it a little bit more. I may change that, we'll see. Okay, and I want to have a look at the sides. Okay, I'm going to scale in the X a tiny bit. All right, so my 3D cursor, let's actually select this. Shift S cursor to select it, just to be sure. And we'll make the screens. I'm going to bring it to plane, rotate X 90, scale it. I'm going to move this up, scale in the X, and I'm going to get the size of this and the position of this. So I want it kind of almost underneath there, underneath this, where this one comes out, and kind of narrow. So I'm going to bring it down, and I'm going to scale that in the Z. And you just need to, just a position for two screens. So I'm going to Shift D, duplicate this down, and then take this bottom edge and pull it down further. Something like that would be okay. All right, so we'll have those. Press 1 for vertex selection, and we're going to Shift Control B, hold Shift and pull. Now that's only 2 edges, and I'm thinking I want it rounder, and I may go for 3. Now, is that what I want? Do I want 3 or do I want more? I might even go for 5. So let's undo that. Shift Control B, hold Shift. There's 3, 4, 5. Just spread them out a bit, just to make it really nice and round. Okay, so that, yeah, that'll look okay, I think. So we're going to use this to cut. So I'm going to pull it out, E to extrude, and pull it back this way. But those are probably flipped. We went backwards, so as you can see, Alt-N, recalculate outside. And let's go back to here. Okay, now let's take these and push them in. And we can go ahead and do a Boolean with that. We don't need it too deep. All right, so select this and do Boolean with these and apply. And let's just take them and hide them because we might use them. So we have our indents starting to look a little bit like some kind of interface or electrical device. Let's do some work on this. 2 for edge selection, Shift Alt and click the edges, making sure you get all the edges around and nothing else. We're going to chamfer these, so Shift Alt and click. So 2 clicks for each of them on this Boolean, not bad. And then zoom in, look a little bit on the side, Control B, pull, roll back so you just have two. Give yourself some kind of chamfer like that, and that'll catch some light, and it'll look good as well. Okay, now I saved these, but yeah, I could use them. All right, I just want the fronts. Okay, I just find it easier. P to break those out, and then just select the other stuff and get rid of it. I just want to use that. In fact, I'm going to separate the two. So take that one, P to break it out. So we're going to work just on this one at first. So let's come in and look from the front, press I to inset, pull it in to give yourself a border like that. Okay? But then I'm going to press 1 for vertex selection and C for paint select. And I'm going to select those and those, hit escape, they're still selected. And I'm going to pull them up so there's more room down here in just a small sort of screen. Because I'm going to put some buttons or whatever there. So with that done, I'm going to extrude out to give it some thickness. And then I'm going to press 3 for face selection and select that face. And go E and gesture back to come in like that. Now let's just focus just on that. We should be able to come in here and let's see what we can get rid of. X faces and that face, yeah, we can get rid of that. All right, let's chamfer this now. Shift Alt and click this in edge selection. And let's do our usual with 2. There we go. Now, was that enough? I didn't get as much on the side. So what I'm going to do is Shift Alt and click this, and I'm going to scale this in the X a little bit. Pull out that edge. Okay. So maybe I don't need this back face now that this is going in there. So let's take this and push it in. Do something like that. Okay, we're going to use smoothing in a bit. All right, let's get some buttons on here, some circles. So looking from the front, 3D cursor's there, that's fine. So let's just bring in a cylinder. Did I bring in a cylinder? No, I didn't. There we go. You can decide how many vertices you want this, how smooth. I'm going to stick with the 32. What the heck? All right. Scale that down. Scale it down like this. And let's add an array in the X. Hold Shift and pull. And then just decide how many of these you want. There's 6. So I think I'm just going to spread them out a bit more. And now I'm going to select this and this / key. And I'm going to go into edit mode. We should try to avoid these, okay? So that's not even centered anyhow. So let's see if we can move it all down, center it. Okay, and we're going to bring these in like that. Select this to do a Boolean. Apply. Take these and hide them, don't get rid of them. Let's go ahead and do a shade smooth on this, and it's looking pretty awesome. So let's add weighted normal, and normal's auto smooth. And it may also help, if it doesn't totally clear up, to add a bevel and try dragging the bevel above. And sometimes that will do just enough to do what you need to do. So let's bring those back, and let's Shift H to focus just on them. And it's just one we got to deal with. So let's take this, pull it up, let's get rid of that back face, and let's take this face and Control B, pull it back a nice amount, and then roll your mouse up until it looks like a nice round button. We can shade smooth that, / key, Alt H really, and take these and pull them into position so that you see a little bit of that border there around it, and it sort of seems like you can touch them. Yeah. Okay, let's double check this. All right, so we're good so far. Save periodically. And we're going to do a similar thing on this. We're going to be using Booleans. Let's come in here and let's get rid of that back face. And it's this guy that's going to be used, and it'll be back in here somewhere. And for this, let's do some more cuts. So let's take that and Shift S, cursor to selected, and let's slash key to focus just on that. Okay, let's bring in a plane, rotate X 90, bring it up, let's scale it in the Z, let's scale it in the X, something like that. And then we're going to press 1. We're going to take all these vertices and we're going to bevel. Shift Control B, pull. But I think we're going to press C for clamping so that when they hit, they don't overlap like this. Let's see. And then decide how many vertices you need in there. You know, that might be all right for what we're doing. And you may not want it. You know, in fact, I think instead of doing it round, I think I'm going to do that. Yeah, okay, except I'm going to take it and scale in the X a little bit more. All right, good enough. So this is going to be a cutting tool, so I'm going to pull it out and I'm going to extrude back. And because I did that, it's probably flipped, so Alt-N, recalculate outside. Take that and push it through. If I want to avoid having to do a bunch of stuff, I can take this and extrude it back. That way it'll just go in and I don't have to do more work. But it's probably flipped, so all right. Anyways, let's take this and array this in the -Z. So hold Shift and pull to the left. Let's zero out the X and go. I'm going to go for about 5 of these. So I'm going to give myself some more room. Make them kind of even. So it may not look exactly like our original, but we're going to do that. So let's just take this now and add a Boolean and select that. And apply, and if it worked, we really don't need those anymore. We're going to take this and we're going to try to chamfer this. Now again, because of Booleans, we can get some weird cuts. So what I'm going to do to make it a bit easier, you want your edges coming off here pretty much perpendicular to the curve. Okay, this one's not exactly, but that's not bad. And each one needs 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first of all see if I can get rid of that one by dissolving edges, and I can't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose another one. I don't want it so close, so I'm going to choose something like this and that, and I'm going to try just J to join them. Because I've added that, I should be able to dissolve that one. Let's see how well I can select the edges around here. Oops. I want the outside. I'm not going to want that. So I'm just going to go ahead and do it and do a test. So I'm just holding Shift and Alt and clicking multiple times, trying not to get any other edge in there. You know, a lot of people don't like to work with Booleans, or, you know, they don't get a good result, or they're not used well. And, you know, so this isn't always going to work really pretty. But let's give it a try. Control B. Pull. I just want 2. And what am I running into there? What am I hitting? That may be good enough right there. Let's see. That's going to be fine. I'm going to shade smooth. And on this, I'm going to add the weighted normal. And normal's auto smooth. And we're going to come in here and we're actually going to get rid of that back face. And that's going to help. And might be getting rid of some more stuff. So let's hang on. I can try that bevel trick. Throw in a bevel. Even just at the default, leave it there. Take this and we got that in there. Whether or not it's a good position. Let's go ahead and shade smooth this, although we're going to be doing more work on it. I'll add a weighted normal and normal's auto smooth. And you can see we're doing all right. Let's try with a matte cap. Here, let's try with this one. Okay. Not bad. And double check. Yeah. All right, the next thing I want to do is I want to put some triangle Booleans on this. Okay, so my 3D cursor's there, that's fine. I'm going to just want to double check that I did this. Oh yeah, I did, but I don't think I sharpened this up much. Let's see, can I do this? Yeah, it's a little bit better. Yeah, it's more. I think I'm going to do that. So yeah, I may not have much of one on there. That's okay though. Yeah, all right, okay, just a little bit more. All right, Shift A, mesh plane, rotate X 90, pull it over here, pull it out. Okay, select that edge, merge at center, select it and scale it down. Okay, I'm going to have these on the sides here, sort of pointing to the middle of that. So let's say we do that. I'm going to be doing a Boolean with that, so I'm just going to extrude it back, Alt-N, recalculate outside. Might as well push it in a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to try an array in the -Z and sort of try to get it. And then I'm just going to go for, how many do I have? 5. And have a look at this. It doesn't have to be perfectly lined up. And I'm also going to add a mirror just to the other side. And just have a look at this. Okay, I'm going to take this and I'm going to shade smooth. And that's what I'm going to do, right? Yeah, okay. Let's give that a try. So select the main body here and add a Boolean. Drag it to the top. With the eyedropper, select there and apply. And let's see if we can get rid of these and how they're looking. Okay. Now on this, I have that. Now I may be able to add a bevel up top. I'm not sure it's going to do much for me. Let's turn it on and off. Yeah, it just does a little bit in behind. I think I'm going to leave it on there for safety purposes because it may do a little bit of good for us. So we've done that. And that is not bad so far. So why don't we leave it at that point? All right, if we can get to that point, if you're doing this along with me, then we're doing pretty good. There's a small chance I may want to change the size of this, but or I may change the size of this background. But otherwise, I think we're doing okay so far. Okay, that's what she looks like. And then we'll come back and we'll do the rest of the stuff again. It may not look exactly like this, but we've got a lot of this main stuff in here. So when we come back, we'll do these other pieces here and the tubes down there, and we will be doing just fine. All right, so it's a good start. We'll see you in the next video.